Hi, I'm Bob Dartnell, CEO of fofster+freeman. I've been working at fofster+freeman for many years, and I was involved in the original development of the Grimm instrument. And I've been asked to tell you this Grimm story. Back in about 1982, Doug Foster, one of our founder members, was visiting the Forensic Science Laboratory, the Home Office Forensic Science Laboratory in Aldermaston. He was there to install one of our new VSC1 instruments in the question document section. And walking down the corridor to get a sandwich at lunchtime, he noticed there was a room to one side that had 5 scientists in, fully qualified forensic scientists, all looking down microscopes with a pad of paper in front of them. They were using the oil immersion method to measure refractive indices of glass fragments. They were heating the fragment using a Mettler Toledo, I think FP21 hot stage at the time. And they were all peering down separate microscopes, writing down temperatures at which refraction occurred when you heated the oil. Whilst the refractive index process itself is an objective measurement, it was subjectively interpreted by the operators. So they were looking down the microscope, looking to see when the glass fragment disappeared in the oil on a heating cycle, and then again on cooling it down and doing it through the cooling cycle, manually working out the mean temperature, and then again manually referring that mean temperature via some calibration data to work out a refractive index number for that particular piece of glass. We noticed that there was tremendous variation in the results during the day. For instance, the results were pretty accurate, were quite accurate 10 o'clock in the morning. As time went on through the day, as it got towards lunchtime, operators had a little bit of fatigue, and their parameters then gradually began to get slightly bigger. So the results varied throughout the day. And Foster noted this during a conversation with the scientists at the lab, and then came back to fofster+freeman, as it was then, a very small group of us, about 10 of us in our original factory, and he said, "I have an idea." We quickly engaged with the UK Home Office, people in charge, and they commissioned us to look into an automated way of measuring the glass refractive index using the oil immersion method. Within about 18 months, we had a prototype system based around a 1-inch tube camera, not the little miniature CCD cameras you have today. And because computer technology was really in its infancy, we had to build our own computer. Maybe I'm showing my age a bit now, but it was a 6502 processor, which we had to build ourselves on PCBs just to do the computer, the processing behind the scenes. And on the front of the device, we had a tiny little ticker tape printer, which was, those of you UK-based might remember the teleprinter on Grandstand when they used to print out the football results on a Saturday afternoon. It's a kind of a similar device to that. But we made it. We made a device which was integrated. You didn't need an external computer, and it gave you a definitive, or rather an objective measurement at the end of each process. It meant that you could do a refractive index run on a glass fragment in just under 4 minutes. And I think at that time it would take about 2 to 3 hours for one person to determine the refractive indices of one fragment. So it really speeded up and streamlined the process as well. So it made it streamlined, and it made it objective, whereas before it took a lot longer, and the results could be, at the end of the process, a little bit subjective. During one of our early brainstorming sessions, we were trying to think of a name for the product. What does it do? It's glass refractive index measurement. And we came up with the name of Grimm. Now, our marketing guy at the time, Bob Freeman, said we cannot release a product and call it Grimm. But we did. And we even had some baseball caps made with the word Grimm on there to wear at exhibitions. I think because the name is not a particularly glamorous name for a product, it soon became synonymous with the process, and I think really in the long term helped us sell the product in more laboratories around the world.